Do something wrong, and I rip your tonsils out of your ass. Allow me to do my job, sir. I will be extremely careful. The phrase of any faceless representative of this service sector, my perfect shield against the surrounding world and the rude vampires that inhabit it. Watch yourself, you won't get a second chance. No, not my vampire's doctor's license. I apply this black goo to the wound. A puff of steam rises from the wound. The air starts to smell like something is frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. Well, you're not bitching for the first time, David. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Pour a little more goo on him. My hand jerks accidentally, and a generous dollop of black goo splats right in the center of it. The massive wound, the hissing starts growing louder, and the smoke thickens. David grits his teeth. The tough guy is helpless. He can't tell the act of revenge from a medical procedure. The ointment punishes him for all of his sins. I finish it up. Surprisingly, the wounds really are healing. The scars won't beautify this man. God damn it. I don't like dudes. Why are you saying that? Jesus Christ. There was a story I heard about a doctor in the past that every single time that he would like do something to a criminal, he would accidentally forget the anesthesiacs. So yeah, it's funny that story. But yeah, no, he was prosecuted because he tried to do that with some great mob guy that went into his hospital. It was like, oh no, we're going to do this little surgery with no anesthesia. Yeah, that's going to turn out great. Why are you doing all this? The question is asked in an astonishing serious tone. He is driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. These are my work obligations. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be bothered with you. I just want to help, true. You are an agent of mercy from the dirty gas station. Now... And I just want to help lie on tips and to go home, play The Sims and watch stupid shows. Yep, his social skills are terrible. He probably doesn't realize that I lied to him. Judging by the wrinkle between his brow, he's trying to understand, but all his attempts are doomed to fail. Why? David is confused. In his system of beliefs, action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into his flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone suffer. Yeah, but that's true. Actually, I'm studying medicine because of that. Wow, God bless your noble heart. He shifts awkwardly. Clearly, he's uncomfortable and unaccustomed to being the object of her compassion. So he immediately hides behind yet another sarcastic comment. But what can I do? I feel sorry for every little kitten in the street. Sometimes I even feel sorry for especially large, nasty, troublesome kittens. No, I don't really like cats because every single time I try to say hello to a cat, he attacked me. So yeah, if I met some good, if I someday I hope I do kind of like cats, but I don't know. Cats and I don't do very well, or deers, or elephants, or gooses, or large dogs. Yeah, I fought with a lot of animals. Did I already tell you, my platoon, the time that I fought against a deer? Oh, it was perfect. I was in Argentina. There used to be a zoo there. Then you could go to the cages and everything else. And the deer just looked at me and shoved his antlers in me. Yeah, no, my ass was stabbed that day. So I just turned around with a bloody ass. I grabbed his antlers and I just started punching him in the face. And the zookeeper was shouting at me in Spanish. I didn't understand Spanish, but Portuguese, as Eve would say, it's just fancy Spanish. I could understand a bit. It was getting paranoid because I was just punching a deer in the face, and the deer was trying to stab me with his antlers again. So yeah, that was my awesome fight with the deer. I do hope none of you ever live today to see one of my scars in my ass. Sometimes I don't know if I am going to censor that or if I'm just going to leave that to the world. Yes, screw it. I'm just going to leave that. Do what you must, Platoon. It must be too tough living with someone like that, huh? I bet you have 40 cats living in your apartment, and all of them are strays. David reads me like an open book. It's amazing how he can even read at all. You're stupid, David. Most of the time, help isn't altruistic. People always want something in return. Money, a favor, for you to take them off the hook. Helping people for no reason is like throwing shit against the window. Oh, wait. I do want to help people, but I want also to monetize that help, okay? That's why I'm studying medicine. For the money. I'm sorry. I need to stop saying like that. That's not a good look for me in the future. Ah, yes, the money. Huh. Alright, moving on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most unconvincing lie I ever heard in my life. He clears his throat. Thank you. What? I am hearing things. I thought he didn't know such words. I am even afraid to breathe, so I don't scare off his rare exotic display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the counter. So the client is fed, clean, and healed, and yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter, and the tip jar is lacking. Look at him. He is supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David is in deep thought in the dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. Can I do anything else for you, sir? This seemingly simple question stumps him. David frowns and looks past me for a while before responding. Yeah, you can do something. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder by regular human he means my extremely natural essence. I'm no vampire, werewolf, or thieving gnome. Do you know any thieving gnomes? Is that gnome on the left side of my screen? Is a thieving gnome? Oh, now tell me your secrets, gnome. Why are you looking at both places? Did you hit your head? Or does he mean my lack of a criminal record and absence of drug or alcohol dependency? Or maybe he is looking for the perspective of an ordinary worker, a working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? Well, mostly, yeah. People say I have an angry face when I'm thinking because I frown a lot. So yeah, another quick fact, I don't even get a chance to respond to his jab before he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you are now a free vampire, able to go whenever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go? Dave did look at me expectantly. What kind of superpowers do vampires have? That's a quick question. No. You need to tell me exactly because, vampires, depending on what are you going to read, I'm going to be like that cool guy that can fly, turn into bats, do magic, control people's mind. I know you can control me, but regeneration and everything else, because if that's all that, I agree, becoming a vampire, it's amazing, be immortal. But if I'm just going to be like a goober that's going to, I have a really good chance of becoming a nasty I don't know, a nasty little thing that can't do anything and my only power is to just drink blood. No, I don't want that. A whole lot, we are practically a superhero league. I'm sure it never crossed your mind that in reality bloodsuckers can be way scarier than in sappy movies for girls. Looks like he watched Twilight. Interesting. Hey, do you glow? Hey, do you glow? You're like that Edward guy, the new Batman dude. Do you glow like him? Some of us not only drink human blood but also capture people to experiment on them. They turn human bodies into a real nightmare of flesh and bones Dr. Moreau couldn't even imagine. Oh, oof. And there are vampire sorcerers who can rip your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity. Literally. Ooh. So I can become a necromancer. Seems like I already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's checking his bills. There he is. I wonder what inner strength it took David not to flinch. And there are those who can make your head explode, literally, with just a glance. But not all of us are such wicked masters. We don't even have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little instead of gorging yourself like a pig at a thaw. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash it everywhere. The forensic team is baffled why the person turned into a sprinkler before dying. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. And which of these do you have? I got a decent list of what I can do. I'm not complaining. Imagine it. You never get tired. You can party all night long. Fuck all night long. That's. If you have 0 girls, you're not going to be doing that. So my luck wouldn't change a whole lot. You're stronger than 10 thugs combined. Oh, I want that. Imagine. Wow. Imagine to be a fencer with that type of strength. That would be cool. Well, except for 10 werewolf thugs. That might take some effort. Well, just have a sword. If you want to streak now and fly somewhere, you can turn into a tiny bat. Your reflex become 100 times sharper. You feel everything. You see everything. You can hear a rat piss a block away. Stay silent, let him continue. And finally, you can make people do anything you want, absolutely anything. Let him continue. It's one thing to scare someone shitless. They give in just to avoid being harmed. It's another when they act with full confidence that is what they want. They don't even realize they are just vampire pals now. Yes, I think I get it. He pulled that trick on me too. David smiles, but this time the smile is trained. These are the words of someone stuck into a web or artificial connections and has related threats. Fear and supernatural composure are the best foundations for a strong friendship. I can enchant friends for myself. Wonderful. Or make someone give me their wallet. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Well, not exactly friends, more like underlings. You can hatch all sorts of cunning plans with human politicians, or, well, pay no rent. The last part sounds like music to my ears. Imagine I go to Jeff Bezos' home and say, "Hey Bezos, I want to sleep in your couch today." Wait, no, why am I deciding to sleep on the couch? I have the power. Bezos, you're going to sleep on the couch and I'm going to sleep in the bed. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Can vampires, back to the question. Ask him about something else. Dave looks at me expectantly. A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire. Who vamped you? He doesn't answer right away. He furrows his brow. Several long minutes pass in silence. Some old stinking jerk. A lot is mixed into those 4 words. He both hates and mourns the old jerk. Probably that guy wasn't a contender for Father of the Year. I wait for him to continue, but he remains silent. He looks like an angry cornered dog. It's unlikely he'll speak up on his own. Okay, I have more questions. It looks at me, blah blah. I don't see what weakness will I have. Well, no more tanning, no reflection in mirrors. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without an You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Oh no, but can I go to a moving body of water? Because I remember there was something like that vampires can't go into a moving body of water. Holy water is trickier. Depends on the situation. A stake works, but piercing your chest would be quite a challenge. Piercing any part of you, it's quite a challenge actually. Our skin's like steel unless a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter without an invitation. No need for unnecessary chit chat with people. David looked at me expectantly. Okay. Excellent. He leans a little closer, then suddenly you hear a hope. No! I want to become a vampire! David! Bite me! Bite me now! I don't even have time to blink before David vanished. Now he's a little bad hiding behind the counter. Oh my god, he's adorable! And he still has his sunglasses. Listen up, don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave or you feel incredibly shitty. Trust me, if you rat me out to that month, I will find a way to get out and twist your head off. The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes from a very small, though angry bat. Werewolf, a werewolf is about to come here now. Whoa! You're quite big! The creature steps inside. Oh! Good evening, sir. Low rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. I'm listening, sir. Apologize for this other intrusion, Edward. You can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. We tried to track them and found one of them, well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. You see, it seems one bloodsucker off the other when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. It seems patricide has occurred. David didn't tell me anything about it. Oh, probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism. He was trying to get advice on where to go next after killing his creator, but in completely idiotic way. You see, sir, vampires are parasites on the blood of our society. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill their victims by draining them dry. They languish in boredom with their mortality and thus destroy human destinies. Play with them, torment them, and derive a semblance of pleasure from their suffering. They are devoid of true feelings. I look at David, devoid of any feelings. He's shaking all over. Oh my god. I would be extremely grateful for your help. Don't give David away. I want to be a vampire. Come on. That bastard threatened me 5 minutes ago, but now he's small, trembling, and helpless. He is my bastard. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. A quiet, peaceful night. Eddie examines me closer. He's probably catching a faint scent of blood, but my calm demeanor throws him off. Strange. Well, okay. If he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't far away from here. Good night, sir. The werewolf goes off to his important wolf business. David crawls out of this hiding spot. You could have turned me in. He stares into my eyes as if he's trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. And that would have been the sensible decision. But I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. David says with genuine relief in his voice. He's grateful to me and now doesn't quite know what to do with his gratitude. He clears his throat awkwardly. So, what's the answer to my question? What would you do if you were a vampire? His gaze reminds me of a lost fighting dog without a master. He is restless and can't find his place. What an advisor he picked. May the Lord help him. I'll take everything life has to offer, travel and determine new experience. The world is full of wonder, and when you're immortal, all doors are open to you. I just suffered the internet decay and rot. Nothing would change. One would enslave humanity, or at least one neighborhood on the city. You could learn so many things, read so many books, even learn. I would travel. I would just travel along the world. Imagine, I could walk everywhere. That would be so cool. Oh, still waters run deep and all that. Pity the road of adventure lead you to a stinky gas station. Maybe you're right, the world isn't limited to this lousy town. He says this quietly, almost to himself, looking out the window at the dark, empty highway. As if he just remembered there's something beyond this cage of alleyways and gangland showdowns. Here for future adventures. No! But I wanted to become a vampire! David says goodbye and leaves. The gas station sinks into absolute silence. Well, that was quite an interesting encounter. I really could have turned him in, but I didn't want to. I survived another visitor. Okay, Arbuto, I think this is it. We just met the David the vampire. We didn't become a vampire. But I would pose you a question, Platoon. Say in the comments. Would you like to become a vampire? A werewolf? What type of monster would you become? I would love to become a vampire just to travel the world. And because I love their powers. Imagine doing magic. That would be so cool. And imagine doing necromancy. Oh my god. I would create so many. I would recreate so many dinosaurs with their bones and make like a bunch of dinosaur skeletons move around. Gosh, that would be so cool. Imagine, like, have you ever guys watched Real Steel, like the movie where the robots fight? Imagine that with just bones. That would be so cool. Well, yeah, my platoon, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Captain out.